later on in the show. And as should be done more, we start with the Spurs. Although this was a little bit of a weird game because they were up by like 25 at one point and then it became very, very close. But they did get the win, 135-132. Harrison Barnes with 24. Dylan Harper with a career-high 22 points. Mr. Queen had 33, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 blocks. But it was not the prettiest game of the season. Chandler, I'm going to start with you. 8-3 with Wemby not playing yet. I mean, we don't talk about how deep this team is, do we?
We should, and again, any team not named the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think that's the only team with more depth than this team. You look at their, stat sheet every single night. They can go 10, 11, 12 deep. They can interchange their starting lineup. They're so versatile at that guard spot where some questions on how they were going to work Fox in early on, how are they going to get Harper's development going with him, with Stephon Castle kind of taking that next jump, and they've just done it seamlessly, and they play defense, and again, they're obviously a much better defensive team with Wemby in the lineup, but they're finding ways to get stops. They go to small ball pretty early. Luke Cornett's been solid for him in his absence, so they're really a plug-and-play team, and they play so hard, and those guards are really, really good.
What do you think, Lou? Wait, what are you writing over there? Ooh, we're getting...
Keywords. He's a big keyword guy.
I'm a big keyword guy because as I'm listening to Chandler, I'm agreeing with him about the Spurs. And the things that I'm writing down is they play the right way. You can plug and play guys. They play hard. Who cares how you get it done? Like San Antonio is one of those type of organizations where they can bring in guys that you may not have heard of and they turn them into household names because of the style of play that they have, as an organization and as a team. One of the deeper teams, and, some of these guys, I've learned about them this year by watching them and being connected. But that's what the San Antonio Spurs are, and that's what they represent. So I was writing down some key words, trying to get my mind flowing as far as the San Antonio Spurs were concerned.
Love keywords.
I mean, I think this is tradition at this point. This is an organization that has shown time and time again that they know how to do it the correct way through the draft, through development, through keeping, drafted talent in home, all of the above. So I'm not surprised by this group. Once again, they struck gold. They got a fine young group that they can move forward, has a bright future, and this was just a prime example of it. So I'm not surprised by it at all. We saw it with Duncan. We saw it with the teams before that. This is an organization that is known to do it this way, and they'll continue to do so. That's why they're so
They
successful.
also have so many players like Vassell, I think if they were elsewhere, like Keldon Johnson, I think their roles could be so much bigger. They'd get more recognition. They'd average more points, but it doesn't seem like it bothers this group. And I think that's just the DNA of this franchise, this organization, and the culture that they have and that they're accustomed to, where they're all just bought in. And you kind of get that feeling when you watch them play.
And you know what else? A lot of those guys, they're not stupid either. We're at the right place at the right time. Right next to Wemby. Yeah. We know that this is going to be a special opportunity for us to have a big-time chance at winning a lot of basketball games, possibly competing for a championship, and having a chance to further your careers and further your legacy. A lot of these guys, So even if you're not the guy and you're not the household name, you're going to be a part of the legacy. Think about how many guys in the San Antonio Spurs history that we've talked about, that we consider legends, the Robert Ory's of the world, the Tony Parkers of the world, and all of these guys. And they're great players and doing their jobs and doing their part as well, but they always were standing next to giants, but it worked for everybody. A lot of these guys have that same opportunity with standing next to Wemby.
And when you look at like a big trade package, like for a Giannis or something like that, there's so many guys on this team that make that deal enticing for the Bucks. Like, like Jeremy Sohan, we don't even really talk about him on this team.
It's been a weird year.
He's a valuable asset. Like, he's someone that's so young that he's got so much more potential. Vassell, Johnson, Harper, Castle, like there's so many pieces to this team where they're good enough
Julian
now.
Champagne's
like a real player. Like, he's a real starting
he was
level
somebody
player.
else I was thinking of. I didn't want to mess his name up on air.
I got it.
But since we've said it, very talented player. Shoot the hell out of the ball.
Yeah. Like
Harrison Barnes, this is a great
it's a lot of
team.
value on this team.
Yeah. So, I also, by the way, shout out Dan Weiss and Jacob Toby. This is my own personal, because they both took over play-by-play roles, both on TV and radio this year, starting with Jacob a little bit last year. Talk about right time, right place for a gig that you can do for the next 20, 25, 30 years if you really want to. So to me, it's an awesome time to be around San Antonio. It was also the first time last night Fox, Castle, and Harper were all available at the same time. And you kind of mentioned it, Chandler, as well. And Lou, I want to get your take on this. all the concerns, all the worries. Would it work? Won't it work? It seems to be okay.
And that's us being us, right? Like, we create these conversations.
Created problems before they even happen?
Before they even happen. We were having a De'Aaron Fox conversation before he played a game.
We really did.
Yeah, and that's our fault, and that's our bad. The San Antonio Spurs have proven we just want the best players that can play. We don't care if they're like size. We don't care if they're the same position. We don't care about any of that. We got a 7'7" alien that's going to be able to clean up a lot of the holes that we have on the defensive and the offensive end. So they just find guys that know how to go out there, play the right way, play together, and give themselves an opportunity to win basketball games. So I don't care about Fox, Castle, and Harper being point guards and shooting guards. They go out there, they play the right way, they take advantage of the opportunities when they have the basketball in their hands, and everybody looks like they're on a chain and they're linked together on a defensive end. Other than that, what's the problem?
Yeah, and they're so different. Like Stephon Castle, to me, he's the X factor of those three because he although he is technically a guard, this dude can guard the 4-man. This guard can switch 1 through 5. Like, his versatility defensively kind of eliminates any of these problems with having a 3-guard smaller lineup just because of his defense and his toughness and the way he plays. So it's a great combo to have that, electric speed and transition with Fox, a kind of a do-it-all guard in Harper, and then this versatile, kind of bigger guard in Castle. They can play them a lot together, and I can see them starting to play more minutes together with these three on the lineup, especially these three, and then with like a Champagnie or Barnes with Wemby. Like, they have so many different lineups they could throw at.
They're not as small as we're saying they are. Like, 2 of these guys are 6'6", 6'7".
Right.
They're not small point guards, and they're not small shooting guards either. Like, they have a lot of size at these positions. So I think out of the 3, Fox may be the shortest guy at 6'4". So you have a lot of size, you have a lot of length that you can go to that works for them, and it doesn't even matter what position that they play.
I mean, it still falls on the organization. Like I said, we've seen this time and time again. They'll continue to have guys that, at the end of the day, they care about playing for one another and not just for themselves. This is a prime example. No matter what lineup you find, these guys find a way to mesh. They find a way to, make things work, and the flow is seamless. So it still falls on the organization for me. They do a great job of drafting the right type of guys. They know what they're looking for in their talents, and they continue to show they're making the right choices.
Don't you just know, like, Harper's going to be good because he's on the Spurs? Like,
it feels pretty
safe.
Yeah.
Like, it's he's going to be turned into a professional. He's going to, practice, play the right way, play unselfish, play defense. Like, you just know this culture that they have. He's going to be brought up through the league the right way, which is, you don't say that about a lot of other teams.
You can't say
so
that.
That's the best situation for any young guy.
Like, picture Wemby. Like,
I was
going
to say, we felt like that about Wemby. It was like,
this is great.
Perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Even if I wasn't a complete total homer about it, like, I still would think that. I'd be like, wow, that's a really good spot.
Totally
like,
get it.
Yeah, even if I didn't love Sohan's game, the fact that they love his game makes me like him more because they know some shit I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
They're figuring that one out too. He's kind of had like a weird bit of a roller coaster these last couple seasons. So we'll figure that one out.
They trust him. Who are we to not?
They look. Remember when he was shooting these? Well, he's got his free throws back to like a normal sort of.
It's not one hand anymore.
No, he's not doing it that way anymore. So that's interesting. It's called evolution. Can we look at the Pelican side for a second? Because I do believe it was about a month ago, beginning of the season, when everyone was questioning the DERIK Queen situation and what was Joe Dumars thinking when he doesn't have a protected pick in place for that and gets him over there. And then last night has a pretty decent night. 5th player in NBA history with a 30-point triple-double before he even turns 21. Boogie, were we a little too quick to sort of judge Queen and his abilities?
I don't think it was more so judgment on Queen. I think it was just a situation of being mad at Joe Dumars at the time. Queen has been a talent his whole young career, through high school, obviously now college at Maryland. This kid is a huge talent, and obviously he put that on display last night. I'm actually a huge fan of him because he has a lot of similarities to me with, being a bigger sized guy, being able to move, handle the ball, show different, skills on the floor. So he put that on full display last night. This is a true young talent, and I'm excited for his future.
I love his game, and I think you hear Tim Duncan and greats talk about his game and how much he can improve and kind of the versatility in games like last night where he does a little bit of everything. The problem is, bro, they sent an unprotected first-round pick, and they are 3-22. Like, that could be the #1 pick that they gave up.
Might be a regret.
For him. So, again, that's not his fault, and he's doing everything he can in a season filled with tons of negativity. He's kind of the only bright spot that we can talk about here besides the little guard. But the unprotected first-round pick, and you're 3-22. I don't care who you're.
Just little guard somebody.
I'm just saying. Fears is his name.
I know, just funny.
But an unprotected first-round pick.
Well, that's probably.
And you're the worst team in the conference, one of the worst teams in the NBA, and that's looking like a top 5 pick at worst. That's a ballsy move to make for a late lottery pick.
No, that's why it had such a.
And this kid's good, and he's gonna be good. He's got a little boogie, he's got a little Zebo in him. Like he can pass, he can move, he can get the defensive rebound, bring it. Like he has got game, but that could be the #1 pick.
Well, you hope that it won't be, I guess. Is all you can do from here on out is just hope.
That's the only dicey part about it.
Yeah, that part was probably a bit of a risk. There were only 3 games last night, by the way. It's and only 2 tonight. So there's going to be time to talk about everything. We do want to talk about the Suns. What in the